Whenever you leave your home, you're being tracked. From walking in the park to driving around town, a secret network of cameras is watching your every move. The company behind these cameras is Flock Safety, and they're rapidly spreading across the entire United States. Police are using them not only to stop crime, but sometimes to stalk their ex-wives, hunt down protesters, and track people over state lines. Now, citizens are beginning to take a stand and demand that Flock cameras be removed. But how did Flock manage to build such a massive surveillance network? And are voters finally putting an end to Flock's plans? Let's get right into it. In the 1700s, English philosopher Jeremy Bentham imagined a massive prison that could be staffed by a single guard. The prison had a pillar in the middle, where an unseen guard could observe prisoners at all times. This building was called the Panopticon, and the idea behind it was that since prisoners did not know whether they were being observed, they would behave as if they were. This same idea powers Flock Safety's massive security network. Flock Safety was founded in 2017 by 3 Georgia Tech alumni. They built the first Flock cameras as a personal project at CEO Garrett Langley's kitchen table. When a local detective later said that the camera helped solve a home break-in, the 3 founders decided to go all in. They modified their prototype cameras to be hyper-efficient automated license plate scanners. Traditional license plate scanners were powered by fiber and required long, expensive installation. Flock cameras were solar-powered, easy to install, and significantly cheaper than the old fiber alternatives. To further grow the company, the founders charged a subscription model to run the cameras and track plates. Their first targets were HOAs and other private communities. These communities were highly sensitive to property crime, and unlike police departments, they could move quickly, pool resident money, and install cameras at neighborhood entrances. Soon, Flock began pitching their camera system to local police departments as well. This created a powerful flywheel effect. As more offices signed contracts, neighboring police departments were pressured to join Flock as well. They didn't want to fall behind nearby cities in crime prevention and knew that Flock's network became stronger as more cameras were deployed. So Flock began to rapidly spread nationwide as more police agencies and city councils hired Flock to install cameras in their communities. The more cameras Flock installed, the more revenue they generated. Soon, the company began raising hundreds of millions of dollars from venture capital firms. Not only did Flock continue to grow its camera network, but they also built more advanced surveillance products to capture all parts of Americans' lives. Their main product is Flock Condor, their AI-powered security camera. These cameras are designed to be discreet and have the power to zoom in and track specific people with AI. Flock Raven is the company's audio detection device. It detects gunfire, human sounds of distress, but just so happens to pick up conversations as well. Flock also offers drones to law enforcement. These drones can act as first responders to accidents or other emergencies. They can also be used as autonomous security devices, flying around different parts of cities and scanning everything below them. Flock OS is the company's software that links all of these devices together. It creates a real-time threat detection platform for officers, allowing them to read data from all of Flock's other devices and capture criminals. Once data is collected into Flock OS, it's stored for 30 days and then deleted. Flock claims that these devices are currently used in over 4,000 law enforcement agencies and used by over 5,000 neighborhoods and businesses. As Flock expanded, some citizens felt that this surveillance was invasive and worried that it violated their rights. Soon, their concerns proved to be correct. As Flock continued to grow, many groups began to worry about the power of its security network. The ACLU's 2025 roundup argued that Flock was expanding far beyond simple driver surveillance, pointing to live video expansion, natural language detection, and tighter integrations with other public safety systems. EFF's 2025 year-end review said that its investigations had exposed a system designed to enable mass surveillance. For example, some officers began to use Flock's security network to detect people crossing state and federal lines. In May 2025, 404 Media reported that a Texas sheriff's office searched Flock's nationwide camera network for a woman who had allegedly self-administered an abortion. Later that year, representatives found that the search spanned tens of thousands of cameras, including in states where abortion is legal. Even worse, reports claim that the sheriff's office stated that the case involved a missing person, not an abortion-related investigation. But in some cases, Flock proves to be a genuine asset to the community and to law enforcement. The company currently advertises that 20% of US crime is solved with Flock, and its 2025 impact census said that Flock technology supported more than 1 million investigations and helped locate more than 10,000 missing people. But abusing Flock's massive security network was too tempting for some officers. In Kansas, it was reported that Police Chief Lee Nygaard used Flock readers hundreds of times over 4 months to track his ex-girlfriend and her new boyfriend. AP reported that Police Chief Michael Steffman was arrested in 2025 on allegations that he used the town's Flock system to stalk and harass people. By spring 2026, the Institute for Justice said that they had identified at least 14 occasions where police reportedly used license plate readers to stalk romantic interests. Despite these clear abuses of power, cities continued to sign deals with Flock and its business was booming. In April 2026, Flock raised $200 million from investors at an $8.6 billion valuation. But the abuses of power didn't stop there. After reviewing search logs, it was reported that more than 50 agencies had run hundreds of searches tied to protest activity, and specifically identified searches associated with the No Kings protest in 2025. Not only that, but many cities including Mountain View, California found that their systems had been accessed by federal agencies without their knowledge for an unknown amount of time. This is a complete bait and switch from the crime deterrent that Flock sold itself as. Once its cameras were installed, Flock became a tool to survey citizens at the whim of law enforcement agencies. Then, in late 2025, YouTuber Ben Jordan and 404 Media discovered a security breach in Flock's camera system. This vulnerability allowed anyone to access Flock's video feeds from around the country, spying on Americans in real time. Some of these cameras were even pointed at playgrounds and private residences. Flock's security network definitely worked, but it worked too well, and for things it wasn't originally sold to the public for. Originally built to catch petty criminals, some officers have been caught abusing Flock's technology. But now, some citizens are fighting back. Before we go any further, I'd like to know, what do you think of Flock safety? Let me know in the comments section below. As more news came to light regarding abuse of Flock's surveillance systems, many citizens have had enough. Groups like dflock.org warn about the dangers of AI-powered security cameras and provide people a map of cameras around the country. I was personally blown away when I saw how many Flock cameras had already been installed in my community. With increasing pressure from concerned citizens and groups like dflock, some cities began canceling contracts with Flock safety. For example, Boston and its surrounding towns canceled contracts with Flock due to a breach of trust, when the company installed extra cameras without notifying city officials. Not only that, but Mountain View shut down 30 cameras after discovering unauthorized statewide and national access. South Pasadena also chose not to renew. Santa Clara County moved to cut Flock out of its surveillance policy. As public pressure continues to build, it remains to be seen if Flock is resilient and can continue to thrive as it has over the past decade. Flock still has a very large customer base, a strong subscription model, and deep venture capital backing. Many major agencies will still likely renew or expand with the company when they judge the crime-fighting benefits to outweigh political risk. But the bearish case against Flock is continuing to grow. Flock's main selling point is the ubiquity of its surveillance network, allowing law enforcement to observe tens of thousands of different cameras instantly. But this ubiquity is exactly what state lawmakers are moving to limit. Illinois passed laws limiting federal access to cameras. Washington enacted new guardrails in 2026. And New Mexico considered passing an act that would restrict sharing for immigration, abortion, and gender-affirming care investigations. Once the system has to be segmented by state, agency, or offense, Flock's network effect becomes less powerful and more expensive to maintain. New regulation doesn't just slow sales, they attack the company's core growth strategy and selling point. Flock can still be large and influential, but recent events suggest that the original dream of a seamless, privatized national surveillance grid has already hit a political ceiling. Flock safety shows how quickly surveillance can spread through local police departments. But cameras are only one piece of the story, because another company is bringing Silicon Valley deeper into the military itself. So if you want to see how Anduril is reshaping modern warfare, click the video on screen.